Vice President of the Channel Partner Division here at Geokey, alongside our CEO and co-founder, Brandon Peterson. Just kind of wanted to get started here this morning and actually wait for a few people. I know we're kind of got a mixed group of current channel partners and prospective channel partners that we've kind of been talking to. So I wanted to give you guys, a good outline of everything that we're doing here at Geokey, along with our, the main part of this webinar with the live install. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're really excited to do this. It's actually one of our first webinars that we're going to be doing, and we thought it'd be a great start to show you how easy an install would be with our Noki controller. Just getting started, we're going to talk a little bit about how we got founded. As you're out there talking to people about Geokey and what makes us unique, we'll give you a few of those value propositions, and then we're going to take you through an install to show you how easy it can be to install a Noki controller, as well as getting the Geokey application online for your clients.
So a lot of you may be familiar with a lot of the stuff that we're doing here at Geokey, along with the two controllers. You'll see all the boxes at the front here. The Noki controllers that we offer, so the Access Communications, their A1001 controller, as well as our padlocks. So if anybody, like Brandon said, has any questions throughout this, got someone monitoring the chat, so feel free to pop anything in. Otherwise, after the webinar, we can always send you guys a recording as well if anybody else on your team wants to view that, as well as a slide deck that we're kind of going through as well. So following this, if anybody has any questions, there'll be an email as well. They can reach out. Always set up time. Love to sit down with you guys, any of your other team members, sales reps, or anybody that would see this beneficial as well to learn more about. So
we also have a live chat going on. If you do have questions throughout, we do have a moderator that is going to be answering any questions in the chat, and very knowledgeable in what they're doing there. So go ahead and ask questions along through this webinar, and we'll get those answered for you. Everybody who's joining this webinar right now is going to receive a free t-shirt, and so make sure that you're in contact with us. We're going to get your, I know a few of you have already sent us your sizes and your addresses, so we'll be sending that over to you as well. So
awesome.
I think with that, let's get started.
Let's dive in. So, kind of who we are, what Geokey is. We see ourselves as a multi-dimensional access control solution right from your smartphone. So we remove the need for key fobs, key cards, all those extra pieces, extra hardware, and extra install time. So what we're going to be going through today is really as to see ourselves here on slide 2 that we're showing on the screen, is we see ourselves as the third generation of access control. So if your traditional keys, locks that have kind of gone out the window by now, a lot of key fobs and key cards is a second generation, and then we see ourselves there as a third generation on your phone. So everybody has their phone on them at all times. Why not be able to use that at every door you're going into, whether it be your office space, your apartment building, your gym, whatever it is. You can open up your phone with Geokey, open into those doors, as well as padlocks as well. So what it comes down to here is just your mobile app. So folks walk up to their door, they see the Geokey mobile app on their phone, they swipe right, which we'll show you here in a minute with the install. Our COO Shannon is going to get to here in about a minute or two. And you swipe open, it unlocks the door, shoots a signal inside to one of those two controllers that we offer, and the door unlocks. So we'll go through all the full analytics and everything that's recorded on the dashboard as well, that the business owner or admin are going to see, to give them a full comprehensive view of everybody that's coming and going, as well as their data analytics. So on this next slide, you're seeing there a actual view of our dashboard. So that's where admin and business owners are logging in. They're seeing live activity reports of who's coming and going from the facility. They can activate users, deactivate users from the second, and they can do that from anywhere. So it's a great thing about being a cloud-based program like this. You can do it from anywhere you need to be, and it's live. So
really what it comes down to is how it all began. And we started off in the fitness industry, so we actually weren't from the security industry originally. It was a 24-hour gym, and we had about 7 of them. And we were all using key fobs, and they were passing them off, and you have to set up a time to work with them, and you had to buy all these key fobs, and there's really this lack of security and really a lack of convenience at that aspect. So we looked around to see what was out there, and there was a couple of companies doing mobile access control, but what they were doing is manufacturing their own hardware and putting a cool app on top. And we said, there's already a lot of amazing hardware solutions out there. Let's just be the software platform, the multi-dimensional experience for our clientele, and that's exactly what we did. So we built our application, Geokey, and Geokey stands for a geolocated key. We're able to authenticate access based off of location services, login credential, whatever user role that person may have, and you'll be able to go in there. It's a seamless experience for the user, for the end user, but you still get those advanced security solutions on the back end, which is exactly what we're going for. So one of the biggest needs for change is that only 9% of the market right now is actually using mobile access control, but 62% or more are wanting to use mobile access control for their businesses. So there's a need out there, there's a want in the market, but it's been really untapped. So this is a great opportunity for you to get out there and use an application like us, like Geokey, to really expand your business and be successful. And so who we go towards is we go through commercial businesses. We're going for multifamily apartments, small businesses. We'll do manufacturing with our padlocks, trucking companies. So as you're thinking about what applications Geokey works best for, we are that B2B style business. We don't do as much residential, just in the multifamily. But to be able to control every door from exterior doors to interior doors to padlocks, gates, elevators, you name it, that's where we do well. And we can get really customized in those projects.
So the current hardware integrations that we have, and obviously more to come in 2022, the two main ones that we're working with is through Nokē. So N-O-K-E, if anybody's familiar with them. We do their Bluetooth door controllers. We have two models over there that we'll see on the wall, come in these fancy boxes that we've got Geokey logoed and a nice QR code on the back to get everything set up. Those are just a dumbed down version of a door controller. So Bluetooth based, everything comes pre-programmed for you guys. So these will go in the wall, two simple wires that Shannon will show in a minute, and they're ready to use right away. The other one is obviously with Access Communications. They're a 1001 network-based door controller. We're actually selecting one of their programs to offer a one-click connect feature with that. So simple button on the bottom, one-click connect, shoots home to us here. We've programmed everything up, got the dashboard loaded with all their users, and that's ready to go as well.
And we do have our A1001 here, but we also do the 1601 as well. Really the full access line we're able to communicate to with our one-click connect solutions with them.
Yeah. And the nice thing about this too, you can actually control two doors with one of those controllers, or get fancy with it and use some of their extra relay boards as well. So great source there. That is network based, so it gives owners and business managers the ability to unlock those doors from anywhere in the world if they choose to. So the other piece here on the far side that I almost jumped over is the Noki Padlock. So heavy duty, very bash resistant, I would call it, padlock that works the exact same way within our mobile app as well. So those are nice options for several different companies.
Negative 40 degrees, all the way up to 120 degrees, completely waterproof. You can't cut these things. They are heavy duty and amazing. And right from your phone, you're able to unlock this, timestamp, user roles, the most advanced padlocks on the market today. Yeah.
And one of the questions we get a lot of the times with these is, where does the card reader go? Well, we don't need a card reader. None of our options are going to be using a card reader. So that's where we're cutting out the costs of the install time, as well as just the key fob cost for the client as well. So everything's right through your phone. We'll get to that here in a minute as we jump over to Shannon. He's going to show us a live install of one of the Noki controllers. He's got a pre-drilled hold, and he'll get into a few things there.
The moment you all been waiting for.
All right, good morning, everybody. I'm going to take you through a couple of things here with the Noki controller. These are the controllers that we're talking about today. We actually have three flavors of these. Two of them are what we call the in-wall controller. This is what they look like. This is the little backpack that the wiring plugs into. Set those off to the side here. And then the third flavor of that is the on-wall. So if you're doing an outdoor installation like a gate or an overhead door or something, you need one that's outdoor rated, we've got this version. Otherwise, we have the in-wall. There's two versions of that. You heard that beep probably. It actually turned on. So there's a battery backup built into this. If you lose power, the battery in this, depending on how many times they swipe to get in the door, will run close to 3 months on the combo one, which is what I'm going to install here today. That takes 12 or 24 volts in. It'll put that back out for your lock. I'm actually going to use an LED to simulate a strike because I don't have anywhere to cut a strike in on my board, but I'll show you how that works. So if you touch the faceplate, if the light's off, you touch the faceplate, it comes on for 30 seconds. It'll go back to sleep to conserve that battery. If it is plugged into power, it's going to stay on all the time. So in the kit, when we send these out, we actually send this installation ring. 3.5-inch hole saw is what I cut that hole with. Didn't want to make a drywall mess while we're doing this. So 3.5-inch hole saw, cut your hole in the drywall. This is similar to an old work box. If you're familiar with those, with the little flaps that come up. So when we actually install that into the wall, I've got my cable already. The other nice thing with a 3.5-inch hole is I can fit my hand in there to fish my wires out. There's 2 cables that'll actually come pre-installed on that backpack for you. The 4 conductor is what goes out to your lock. The 2 conductor is what's going to power our controller. So I'm going to run those through here. Push that into the wall. And I always recommend that everybody tightens these with a screwdriver rather than a drill, because you don't want to bust off those wings in the back or over tighten it and pop your drywall. So you can tighten those up. The screws in those are 3/4 inch. So if you've got 1/2 or 5/8 drywall, that work fine. If for some reason you're on a double drywall, a fire rated wall or something, those are number 6 screws. You can pop them out and put an 1.5 or 2 inch in there for those wings to be able to grab. Once we've got that tightened down, that ring's in there nice and solid. Then we're going to take our controller and our backpack. The 2 conductor plugs into the black connector there. That's my power in. The 4 conductor is what goes out to my lock. That plugs into the white connector here. And again, these are pre-installed when you order the controller from us. This backpack's already going to be attached for you, so the wiring will be hanging off. I have the 4 conductor ran down to where I'm going to put that LED. The red and black on the 4 conductor are what hook up to your lock. The white and green are for a REX and a door position switch. We do not support those in our app today. We're working on that with Noki, the manufacturer, to get that built into our API. But right now, those are for future use, so that's why I've got them taped back. So I snap that backpack together, my wiring in place there. That slides up into the back of the controller. Did not get it closed all the way. So that's going to slide up. There's 2 little fingers here you see that hold that backpack in place. And then I take and tuck my wiring into the wall. There's 4 little teeth here that are going to hold that into the housing. And then you take our little Geokey installation tool, put it over the faceplate there and turn it to the right. You'll hear it click into place. So once I get that done, now that controller is locked in to the wall. There's a small metal faceplate that screws onto the front of that controller. And you'll hear it start clicking here. Once you get to where it's clicking, you cannot back that off. It keeps the faceplate on there. Inside of the installation tool, we actually have a faceplate removal tool. It's got some magnets on it that I can put on there to take that off. So if I ever need to service that little tool with those magnets is what I'm actually going to use to remove the faceplate to take that controller back off the wall. There's some magnets down inside there that actually hold that in place. But I'm going to put that back on to finish our installation here. And again, that's locked in place now. I can continue to turn it right to a certain point, but I can't take it back off. So the way we made our installation tool, there's 4 grooves here that fit into those little areas to lock that in place or unlock it. And then your faceplate removal tool fits down inside there. There's a magnet that fits there in the center, holds it in place. So this is obviously for an existing building. We also make a double gang ring. Carlon makes this box that's got the open back so you can run your cabling through it. This would fit right onto that double gang, and then this fits around the controller, again similar to what we have up there, where that's going to hold in place. So I'm going to throw a couple screws into this real quick. If you're doing new construction, you can put that on before they hang the drywall. So there's our screws in there. When I put that controller in, it's designed to completely cover those screws up. And again, My installation tool fits both rings. So I slide that guy in place and turn it to the right. You hear it click. Now it's in place. When we ship, by default, it's going to come with the old work style to cut into the wall. If you need these, reach out to us, let us know that. We can certainly ship those out. There's a little bit of additional cost on those, but we do have them available. So now I've got my wire going down to my lock. I'm going to make that connection. Again, the controller will run on 12 or 24 volts DC. The relay in it is rated at 1.5 amps at 24 volts. So it should be able to run just about any lock that you're running. Any type of strike. These are not set up to do mag locks, just FYI. They're set up to be a fail secure lock. The relay on it is normally open, so it's going to be a fail secure installation. I'm going to make that connection here. Put that guy in the wall. And I am running, we've got a little 12 volt power supply. I've actually got one hung on the back of the board that we're using here, but just a standard little power supply, the backup battery in it there also. So now I've got that installed. Our reader's on. You can see the red LED is on because we've got power applied to it. Andy, we're ready for you.
So I'm going to step in and use the Geokey mobile app, of course. Then again, just swiping to the right, it'll register that device since we just installed it. And it'll flick over. Whoops, I fingered it. And there we go. Fire should open.
So the LED here turns from red to green, which gives a visual indication to the person at the door that it's open. You saw the LED come on down here too, indicating that the strike would be fired. There, Andy fired it again. The other important thing to remember with this is this does not have to be mounted at reader height. This has Bluetooth range. We usually tell people 20 feet or so from the door. If you wanted to put it up in the ceiling, if you want to put it above the door, that 3.5-inch hole can help you fish your wire down to that door for that lock. This does not have to be at 42 inches because you don't have to physically touch anything there. So you can mount that up at the corner of the door if that makes your install easier. We've got a couple customers that have mounted them on the drop ceiling above the door to kind of keep that out of the way, but that's kind of up to you. We've even got some customers that have mounted these on the interior side of the door. The Bluetooth range is not super strong out of the back of that, so I'd be careful. I'd test it before you actually installed it that way, but we do have a couple that are installed that way too. So don't think that this has to be somewhere that you have to be able to read it. It's got that Bluetooth range of 15, 20, up to 40 feet in open air that it'll pick up that signal. So, all right, that's it. We're done. If you've got questions, feel free to throw them in the chat or reach out to us. These controllers, we set up all the programming. It's ready to go. We set up the account in the portal before you ever get that controller. When you get these controllers, we're actually going to put a label on the box. If you order just one, we're going to ship it out programmed. If you order 20 of them, we're going to tag them like controller 1, controller 2, or if you give us names, we'll actually tag those names in there, put a label on the box so you know exactly what door that's going to do to help cut down your installation time. They're ready to go out of the box. We get your installer's email and phone number, we register him, and he can start testing those as soon as they're live. So thanks a lot.
Jen, do you want to jump in here? You guys can see how easy it is to do this install, and not only that, you can see the attractiveness of what it looks like. Really futuristic type of look. If you're in an apartment complex or interior door, to see the red light to go to green light. That's one of the things that our end users really enjoy, to have that really kind of Jetsons kind of look to it when opening their doors. Tell us a little bit about the process of getting onboarded if they have a client ready to go. How does that work?
So at the beginning, we do have what we call a type form that we'll send out to you. You fill out the information with the client's name, the dealer's name, your guys' information on there. If they have a user list that they want enrolled, yesterday we just onboarded a gym that had 850 users. They sent us an Excel sheet. We imported those users. All those text messages go out to the end user. So when we first enroll somebody in the portal, they get a text message to download the app, whether it's iOS or Android, so the Google Play or the App Store. It'll also send them an email to set up a password, and then they'll do once you set up that password, you use your email and your password to log into the app. But if you've got users ahead of time like that, send us a list. Support at Geokey Access is the best place to send that. Our support team will grab that and get that all imported. So as soon as you get those controllers up and running, we're ready to go.
And that's one thing we take a lot of attention to is our support. So we have access to our support, not just via our email, in the app, on the portal, and a chat functionality. You can do an inquiry on a support tab within there, or you can pick up the phone and call one of our representatives. But our response time is pretty great. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, so we have support from 7 to 7, coast to coast, Monday through Friday. We have somebody available during that time. After hours, we do have somebody that's on call if we have an issue. Our average response time right now is about 7 minutes. Our average time to resolution is about 49 minutes right now. So we're very efficient at taking care of those. We make sure that the chat's being answered, that emails are getting answered, and if somebody gives us a call, we're happy to reach out to. If somebody's struggling with something, we had a guy the other day with the padlocks that could not get his phone to work. He had forgot his password, but we called him, sent him a reset password message while we were on the phone with him, made sure that we got him taken care of and that he was able to open it. We really look for that, what I'll call first call resolution, so that we don't have to go back and forth a whole lot. We want to get that customer taken care of.
And for peace of mind, that's over 5 countries and 25 states. So that's with a lot of users on a lot of clients, and we're still putting those numbers in for our support. Yep. And that's one thing that Geokey will continue to do to support you guys and our end clients. So thanks, Shannon.
Awesome. Thanks a lot.
So we're going to jump in over here. I know some of you are channel partners already, but we want to talk a little bit about our partnership program and how we want to treat you guys as well as help you be successful.
Yeah, so you'll obviously see a few bullet points there on your guys' screen. So, the first thing that come to mind is the top-notch support, where you have full access to our team, obviously, Shannon, everybody else that's involved within our company here to make sure they're getting the best support that's needed. So that's on the client side and on the channel partner side. So we want to make sure that our channel partners have all of the right marketing materials. They have the right documents to show to prospective customers when they're out talking to them. We want to give them just enough information to be dangerous, to get those customers interested. And that's what we're here for. So I've got channel partners almost every single day, if not more, that are saying, hey, I've got customers interested that want to see your guys' portal. You guys are the professionals in that. So we hop on with the customer. We'll kind of tag team things with you guys to make sure that they're fully educated and know what's going on within our system.
And we're not going to insult you by reading the screen, but there's a few things that I wanted to point out is, you are getting a unique product where you don't have to be married to just one hardware solution. We have these hardware solutions, but we do have more coming down the pipeline. So maybe there's some that you have a recommendation for that we are already working with. Let us know, and we'll let you know if another hardware integration is down in the pipeline. The other offering that we do is profit sharing. Our MSRP on a door unit is $22 a door per month or a unit. That does tier based off of quantity discounts, but we are sharing that profit with you guys. So when you join with us, we'll tell you what those numbers are, and you're going to be able to get that RMR. That's with just doing the install, guys. We're going to be doing all the support. We're going to be doing the onboarding and helping out those clients. So don't worry about all those things, and you're still collecting that RMR.
Yeah. So that RMR is obviously on top of your guys' install cost as well. So I know a lot of channel partners or new folks that I talk to, they say, yep, we're just making margins on the hardware and our install costs. Well, we're throwing you guys that percentage for the life of that customer. So you know that it's going to be there day in and day out. So the other stuff we get, as I mentioned, obviously the access to our sales and marketing team, put together any sort of documents that you guys would need, as well as the constant improvements and updates. So Shannon and our CTO, they are phenomenal at what they do, constantly, grabbing snippets from new recommendations of folks, and we're putting those into our thought bubbles, right? So we're seeing what do the customers want, what do folks want to see on the portal, and those are things that we're always looking to improve on and add on as well. So perfect. So that kind of wraps things up. Brandon, I'll let you take it away if you've got anything else to say.
I just we'd like to let you know we like to partner with all of you. This would be a really exciting opportunity for the both of us. It's really easy to do it. You can see the link on the screen, geokeyAccess.com/application. It's free to do. We want to learn a little bit more about you, how to be able to work with you. We have an inside sales team that's going to be reaching out in your area to help bring business. We have our support staff, and we have grade A level marketing pushing out there. So trust Geokey, trust us. We'd love to talk with you a little bit more, and we hopefully will see you soon on the other side of the application.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.